Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kripa classes. Our today's topic is job application format. Whenever, when we pass out of the college or university, we have big dreams about our future life. There are two options before us, whether we should set up our own business or run the family business, or we should do some job. Doing a business is also not very easy, because if it is not a family business, then we may lack experience in the relevant field. Further, there may be the problem of financial resources which are required to set up a business. If we want to join a job, there are also many problems in that field, because the unemployment is rising, because population is rising all over the world. So there is lot of competition in the job market. There may be more qualified people than us. So whether we want to do business or to go in for job, it has its own pros and cons. However, here we will concentrate in this course on job application format, because whenever we want to join a certain organization, we have to apply for the job, and that is called job application. In this course, we will learn what is the meaning of job application, then why do we write job application, then what is the importance of well written job application, then what type of application should we write, and the important is what is the format of job application, and then what are those important tips which we should keep in mind while writing job application. Then there are some popular abbreviations which are used in job application. At the last of the course, we will do some multiple choice questions. Now the topic before us is job application meaning and importance. Every person needs a job so that he may live a comfortable life. As you know, population is increasing in every part of the world. So due to the increase in population, unemployment is also rising day by day. There is lot of competition in every field, wherever you go. If there is a job ad, hundreds and thousands of people apply for a single post. Some say that for getting a job, we need to perform at the interview, but that is not totally true. Why it is not true, we will discuss it in detail later on. The recruiter and employer makes an opinion about you on the basis of the job application which you might have sent earlier through post or email. Whatever you write in your job application, the employer reads each and every point which is mentioned by you in your application. So now, what is the meaning of job application? In one of our earlier courses uploaded on the topic of letters, we had told you that letters are of two types. First is formal letter and the other is informal letter. Informal letters are those letters which we send to our friends or our relatives or our nouns. There is no format when we write in formal letters. But in the case of formal letters, we have to adopt a proper format. We have, whenever we write to the school principal or to the any office or to the news editor or any other officer, then we have to adopt a proper format, and that is a formal letter. Now, when we are talking about job application, it is also a type of formal letter. Job application is an application which is written by the job seeker to get a job. Job application allows your recruiter to know about your personal data like name, address, qualification, and experience. Job application acts as a personal advertisement. Job application is written in a very formal, precise, and to the point manner. A biodata or resume is enclosed to help the applicant draw attention to her or his qualification and skills. What is the role of job application? The basic role of job application is to introduce your potential, that is to tell about your skills, experience, abilities to the potential employer and highlight your suitability for the job vacancy. Job application helps the employer in shortlisting the candidates for the interview, because whenever there is a job ad, a large number of people apply for the same. So on the basis of the job application only, the employer shortlists the candidates which he or she should call for the interview. Job application is one of the first things that makes an impression of you in the eyes of the employer. It is not possible for the employer or the hiring manager to call each and every applicant who has applied for the job. So it is only on the basis of, firstly on the basis of the job application, the employer makes an opinion about the job seeker. The applicant needs to convince the employer that he is the right choice for the job. How he can impress the employer? He can impress the employer by presenting a detailed and clear job application. Even if you send your CV by email, it means that even if you send your job application by email, still you should write a brief description about yourself in the mail. It means that you are sending your resume by email or biodata by email. Even then, you should write in the opening letter something brief description about yourself, and after that you should enclose the biodata about yourself. Now, what is the importance of well written job application? Every person who wants to get a job should be familiar with how to write a job application. A well written job application has the best chance of accomplishing its purpose. Its purpose means to get the job. The job application reflects the character and communication skills of the writer. Now, what type of letter or application should you write? There are no hard and fast rules. First of all, we should keep in mind to whom we, what is the purpose of writing the letter, and to whom we are writing. Letter writing format depends on your audience. Audience means the person to whom the application is addressed. As already told, in case of informal letters, there is no format as the person is known to you. But in the case of formal letters, we have to adopt a proper format. When we are writing to our friend or close relative, we may casually write a letter in the form of an email or handwritten one. But whenever we are writing to our business partners or for the business purposes, or we are writing to public authorities, to school principal, police authorities, news editors, or we are writing to a potential employer for getting a job, a typed format letter is the most appropriate choice, because it may be possible that our handwriting may not be legible. In today's world, there is lot of competition in each and every field. As already told, whenever there is a single post, thousands of people apply for the job. In the start of 2023, many big companies have announced job cuts. Microsoft has announced job cuts to the tune of 10,000 people. Amazon has also joined the race with announcing the job cuts to the tune of 18,000 people. Twitter, Google, and Meta are also not behind. They have also announced job cuts for the various reasons, so that they may get more profits out of their operations and due to certain their own reasons. When there is already unemployment in each and every field and people are searching for jobs, such type of job cuts are resulting into more unemployment. So whenever a person is seeking job, he must keep in mind certain points. First is, take care of your mental health. If you are mentally healthy, only then you can succeed in life. Even if we are physically healthy, but if our mental health is not proper and we have become stressful for not getting a job for quite a long time, it may prove to be disastrous for our health. So it is important for us that even if whether we are not getting a job for quite a long time, or whether we have been asked to leave the organization due to the job cut announced by the organization, we should take care of our mental health. Second point is, to meet all, we all many times do have to do expenses which exceed our limits. But when we are already not having any job, or we have been shunted out of the job, we may require money. So at that time, it becomes more important for us not to fall in loan trap, to meet unnecessary expenses which can be avoided. Then do not allow self-confidence to reduce. It may be possible that you are applying for quite a long time to get a job, but you have not succeeded, in that case, it is quite obvious that your self-confidence becomes shaking. But do not allow the self-confidence to reduce. You will surely get a job sooner or later. Next, explore possibilities in new sectors. It means that you may be from the IT sector and your organization have asked you to leave the organization. In that case, you should explore the possibilities in other sectors where you may do the duties as well. Now, what is the difference between job application and informal letter? Job application is a type of formal letter and it is written in a prescribed format. On the other hand, informal letters are personal letters and there is no particular format. The format is flexible. Now, second point, a job application is written formally or professionally. Informal letters are written in a friendly and casual way. A job application is written for getting a job. On the other hand, informal letters are used for communication with friends, relatives, etc. As we are making today use of social media, that is WhatsApp, Facebook, the use of informal letters has decreased. We may or may not have a concrete reason for writing an informal letter. On the other hand, whenever we write a formal letter or job application, there is certain purpose before us. When we write a job application, our purpose is to get a job. Whenever we write to school principal, our purpose may be remission of fine or to get an admission in the school, or when we write to the police commissioner or police authorities, we may be informing about the law and deteriorating law and order situation. So there is some purpose whenever we write a formal letter or job application. But in case of informal letter, there may not be any reason, concrete reason, just for the purpose of writing or having communication with our friend or relative, we may be writing an informal letter. We may also add that we have already uploaded courses on good communication skills, how to manage stress, web applications, time management tips, most common mistakes in English grammar, past tense, present tense, future tense, and much more. You can look out for the same on our website and many other sites. Now we will understand the important tips for writing job application. First, job position and source. We should mention the job position or the post for which we are applying. And we should also mention in the job application from where we have found the information about the job. Next point is clarity of subject. It may be possible that while giving a job ad, the organization may have invited applications for different posts. So whenever you are writing a job application, you should specifically mention the post for which you are applying. For example, the job ad may say that it invites applications for the post of accounts assistant, marketing assistant, sales manager, general manager. So when you are applying for the job, you should specifically mention the name of the post for which you are applying. For example, in the subject, you may write application for the post of for the job of sales manager. In the case of a formal letter or job application, we should be very clear in mind about the subject of the letter. Next important tip for writing job application is opening and closing of the application. Job application must open and close professionally and respectfully. That is, when we write a job application, we should address the application at the appropriate place, dear sir oblique madam, and at the closing of the application we should write thank you, yours faithfully. Next is tone or language we should adopt. We should use a polite tone while writing job application. Next tip relates to application should be clear, brief and to the point. We must keep in mind that for a single post, thousands of job seekers may apply. So if we write a very lengthy job application, the potential employer may throw our application. So we should write a job application which is clear, brief and to the point. Next point is use simple language. When we are writing job application, we should not use slang language. Slang language means very informal language. That is the language we use while writing a letter to our friend or relative. Or slang language means a language which is used in a particular group, or when we use angry or abusive language. For example, killing me is a slang. This is a phrase and not to be taken literally. Literally means in the exact sense of words. We should not take it that. My legs are killing me after that run. This is a slang. In this case, slang language has been used, killing me. It means that your legs are hurting after that run. Next important tip for writing job application is proofread and spell check. Once you have written your job application, we should proofread and spell check it on the computer screen. Then we should take a print of the job application and go through the same once more so that we may check the errors. We should remember that it is important as it is often easier to spot errors on a hard copy. Next point is signing of letter. When we are to send letter by post, then in that case, before putting your application in an envelope, we should sign above our typed name using black or blue ink. We should not use red or green ink. Next point is no contraction. We should not use contractions like don't, doesn't, hasn't, like contractions. We should use full words, that is do not, does not, has not. Next point is plain font oblique write neatly. If we use plain font and write neatly, it avoids inconvenience to the reader or the potential employer. Next point is never write in one go. One go means using one lengthy paragraph. We should use the proper format while writing job application. We should write the job application in paragraphs. We will learn about the proper format of the job application. Then we should leave an adequate number of lines between the paragraphs to make it look clean. Next tip for writing job application is completeness. We should introduce ourselves and highlight our skills and qualifications. Next tip is do not copy paste. There are many types of formats which may be available online. So in that case, we should not copy paste what is available on the side. We should draft our own job application on the basis of the job description as mentioned in the advertisement. It is appropriate to refer to yourself as I and to the reader as you. Reader means the potential employer. Please do not use the words like the writer for yourself and the reader to whom we are sending the letter. That is, when we are writing the job application, when we are describing our own qualities, skills or qualification, we should use the word I. And for the employer, we should use the word you. Now the topic before us is format of job application. Some people use the word job application and covering letter interchangeably. That is not correct. In fact, job application consists of two parts. First is covering letter and the second is biodata or CV. The format of covering or forwarding letter is similar to the format of a formal letter. Why the covering letter is written? Covering letter reflects the personality of the writer or job seeker. The covering letter must be brief and polite. When we are writing job application, we should avoid the extremes of bragging and ingratiating. Bragging means to be boastful or arrogant or egoistic or overconfident. Ingratiating means attempts to bring oneself into the favor of another, often with flattery or insincerity. It means that we should not use those words in our job application which show that we are flattering or we are insincere. Now this is the format of job application before us. First of all, we write the name and address of the sender, that is the job seeker. Here we also include the email and mobile number if required. Here you can see that this is the name and address of the sender or job seeker. After that, we write date of job application. After writing date, we write the receiver's address. Receiver's address means to whom we are applying for the job, that is the potential employer or hiring manager. In this case, the principal of a school is the potential employer. Then comes subject. Subject has to be written in 4 to 6 words approximately. Here we are writing an application to the potential employer, that is the principal of a school, and our subject is application for the post of English teacher. Then after writing the subject, we have to write salutation. Salutation means we have to give proper respect to the prospective employer or hiring manager. Here we have used the words dear sir or madam, as we do not know whether the principal is male or female. So here we have used both the words dear sir oblique madam. After writing salutation comes the turn of body of the letter. Body of the letter contains the message in between 100 to 150 words. Body of the letter or job application usually contains 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, we mention the source from whom we have come to know about the vacancy. It may be some ad in the newspaper or some other person. And we have also to mention about the post for which we are applying. Second paragraph relates to your qualification, achievements and experience. And in the third paragraph of body, we have to give reference to the enclosures and conclude with an assurance. And after that, we have to complementary close our job application by using the words thank you, yours faithfully. After that, we write the name, type our name, and before that, we do our signatures here. After writing all the application, we use the words enclosures for all the documents which we intend to enclose with the covering letter. If we are to send carbon copy of our job application to some other person also, which may be required as per the job ad, then we use the words CC for the same. We will discuss each and every point of the covering letter which we have discussed in the format one by one. While writing name and address of the sender, that is the job seeker, we usually put it on the left hand corner so that the reader, that is the potential employer, must know the identity of who has written the application. It follows the date. It is the date when the application is written. Then we have to mention the receiver's address. Here we have to write the name if the same is known to you, and the position of the receiver, that is the potential employer. It is followed by the subject, that is we have to write application for the post of for the job of particular job. Then we have to give due respect to the potential employer. Then body of the letter should be in between 100 to 150 words. It usually has 3 paragraphs. The tone used for writing the covering letter should be formal and to the point. As already told, in the first paragraph, we have to mention the source from where we have come to know about the job, and we have also to mention about the post for which we are applying. In the second paragraph, we have to explain how we are the perfect candidate for the job. We have to also briefly mention about our qualifications, achievements, skills and experience. While writing the second paragraph, we should not be boastful, arrogant, egoistic or overconfident. In the third paragraph of body of letter, we give reference to the photographs, biodata, and other enclosures. In this paragraph, we can also appeal for a one-to-one interview. Then at the end of the application, we write a complimentary closing using the words, "Thank you, yours faithfully." Then we have to write our name beneath the signatures. After signing, you are supposed to mention the heading enclosures, where we have to mention the name of the documents and testimonials which we are enclosing with the covering letter, which may include the passport size photograph, biodata, copies of certificates, or any other. Some popular abbreviations are used in the job application. CC means carbon copy. That is, if we want to send a copy of our job application to someone else also, it is mentioned at the last of the covering letter. After writing enclosures, mentioning documents, after that we write CC. But in the case of email, after two we write CC. ENCL is used for enclosures. Here we give the list of attachments to the letter. PTO means please turn over. Continued, this is the abbreviation. Registered means registered when we send the letter by post. This is the short abbreviation of that is I am a vegan, that is I do not eat any animal based products. Here we give an example of an advertisement which has appeared in a newspaper named Times Express dated 27th Jan 2023. What the advertisement reads: wanted an English teacher. It means that advertisement relates to the job of a English teacher. What the advertisement reads: ABC public school requires an English teacher. That is, the name of the employer is ABC public school. This is the qualification required: graduate with 3 or to 5 years of experience, apply immediately, giving complete biodata and all the necessary details. The principal, ABC Public School, New Delhi. So from here we can come to the conclusion that first of all, and the job seeker must be graduate, and he or she must have the teaching experience of 3 to 5 years, and the post is of that of English teacher. So here we will send the letter to the principal, ABC Public School. So here we draft the same. This is the name of the job seeker, which we have written on the left hand side. First, it is followed by the date of writing job application. This is the name of the prospective employer. After that, we have written the subject: application for the post of an English teacher. This is followed by salutation: dear sir oblique madam, because we do not know whether the principal is male or female, so we have used sir oblique madam. So this is the first paragraph in which we have mentioned about the source and the post. In response to your advertisement in Times Express dated this, for the post of an English teacher in your renowned school, I wish to offer my candidature. In the second paragraph, we will tell about our qualification, skills, experience. Here we have written, I am a graduate in English. I have also completed my master's in English. I have 4 years of experience in LMJ Public School, New Delhi. I have taught students from class 8 to 12. I am hardworking, honest, punctual. I believe that I can play a good role in providing quality education. I can use my skills and expertise to help and mold students and improve their communication skills. So you can observe that in the second paragraph, we have made a type of advertisement about ourselves. And in the last paragraph, that is the third paragraph, we are giving the details of the documents or other papers we are attaching with the covering letter. I am enclosing a copy of my biodata and experience certificate for your perusal and kind consideration. Next, we also can appeal for one-to-one interview. So here we have mentioned that I am available for interview on any day of your convenience. If given a chance to serve you, I assure you that I shall work with devotion and sincerity. Looking forward to hearing from you. This is the complimentary closer. Thank you, yours faithfully. This is followed by name. Here we have to sign. This is followed by enclosure. We have mentioned about biodata, experience, certificate, and photograph. Here is the another advertisement which is appearing in Daily Express dated 28th January 2023. A job opportunity. This is the job advertisement reads. A leading and infrastructure company looking for a marketing manager. Job specification. The candidate must have at least bachelor's degree. Preference will be given to MBA candidate. Skills required: good communication, interpersonal skills, ability to work under pressure, meet tight deadlines, able to plan and prioritize, graduate with 3 to 5 years experience. Interested individuals fulfilling the above criteria should send their application to this email address. So from the advertisement, you can conclude that though the basic qualification required for the job is bachelor's degree, but the MBA candidate will be given preference. This is the skills or abilities required in the job seeker, and experience of 3 to 5 years is also sought for in the applicant, and we are to send the job application not by post but through email address, because here only the email address has been given. So we will open our email account, and in the two we will write the email address xyz whatever has been mentioned in the job application, and at the appropriate place in the email we will write the subject application for the post of marketing manager. After that, as we do not know whether the job hiring manager or the potential employer is male or female, we will write dear sir oblique madam as a salutation. Then we will give the reference to the advertisement from where we have come to know about the job, and we offer our candidature. Here we have written that I have completed my MBA in marketing management from lovely University New Delhi, and I have 5 years of experience in XYZ Enterprises Mumbai. I am hardworking, honest, punctual. I possess all the qualities mentioned in the advertisement. I have a good communication and social skills. I have a good command of English and Hindi. Here you will observe that we have given the reference of all the qualities which are required as per the job description mentioned in the job ad. Then in the last paragraph, we have given the reference to the documents which we are enclosing. I am enclosing a copy of the biodata and experience certificate for your perusal and kind consideration. I am available for the interview on any day of your convenience. If given a chance to serve you, I assure you that I shall work with devotion and sincerity. Looking forward to hearing from you. Then comes the complimentary closer. Thank you, yours faithfully. We have to sign and write our name. This is followed by enclosure, biodata, experience certificate, and photograph if the same is to be enclosed. Now we will see whether we have been able to understand the each and every point which has been discussed so far. So let us make some reality check. We will find the correct option from the below. Why do we generally end a, how do we generally end a job application? Yours faithfully, yours affectionately, yours lovingly. As already told that when we write an informal letter, that is when we write to our friend or relative, we are informal. We may use the words like yours affectionately and yours lovingly. But when we write a formal letter like job application, we have to be very formal. So in that case, we have to use the word yours faithfully. Next, we should not use slang language in the case of. Slang language means the language which is used only in a particular area or in a particular community, or the abusive language. Though we may use slang language while writing a letter to our friend or relative, but we must remember that the receiver or the friend or relative may not be having the proper mood to digest your slang language at that relevant time, because he may be already upset because of some other reasons. So in my opinion, we should not use the slang language in both the cases. We should avoid, we should use proper language so that we give proper respect to each and everyone, because if we give respect, we get respect. Then comes the next. Normally a letter should contain words 100 to 150 or 400 to 500. We have already told you that the prospective employer may receive thousands of job applications and he will not have unlimited time to go through each and every application, and that too when the application is very lengthy. So your application should be short and to the point. So here the job application should be 100 to 150 words. Next is, where should the name and address of the person writing the job application should come? As already told, we while discussing the format of the job application, we had told you that we will start writing the job application from the left hand corner, and first of all we will write the name of the applicant, name and address of the applicant. So this is on the top left corner. Next, where are the details of the enclosures mentioned in the letter? While discussing the format, it had been told that when the body of the letter has been fixed, after that comes complimentary closure, signatures, and at the last, below the signatures, comes the details of the enclosure. So from these three below the signature column. Next, which of the following salutation is used in the job application? Dear Khan, dear Mr. Khan, dear Sir oblique Madam, dearest Khan. No, this is the salutation which is used in case of job application, dear Sir oblique Madam, because we have to give proper respect in the case of formal letter. Next, find the correct option in the following case. We can sign the job application using blue ink or red ink. Red ink is normally used when we are students and our teacher checks our answer sheets or copies. So to pinpoint any wrong thing, the red ink is used. So we have to use blue ink. Next, we should use contractions in job applications such as has not, hasn't, hadn't, don't, doesn't. No, we should not use contractions. So our answer is no. Next, there is no particular format for writing a letter to. When we write to the principal, we have to use proper format. When we write to the editor of a newspaper, we have to use the proper format. We have to use subject, salutation, body of the letter, request made. While writing job application, we have also to write a proper format. But when we are writing to our friend or relative, we don't have to follow any format. Our letter may run into many hundreds of words. We do not have to use the words like thank you, or we need not give salutation like dear sir, oblique madam. We may simply use the name of the person we are writing the letter to. So in the case of friend or relative, there is no particular format. Subject is written in the case of informal letter. When we are writing to our relative or friend, we may simply be writing because just for the purpose of communication. Even we may not have any urgent work or particular subject for which we may be writing. So when we write a job application or formal letter, subject has always to be written. In the case of informal letter, subject is not written. Next, tone we should adopt in the case of job application. Friendly? No. In the case of informal letter, we should use friendly tone, but in the case of job application, we should use the request tone. Next, which of the following statement is incorrect? A job application must be written in a legible handwriting. Yes. A job application must be complete in all respects. Yes, we have to tell all about our qualification, experience, skills, abilities. A job application must be written in a single paragraph. No. As already told, the body of the letter usually contains 3 paragraphs. So when we write a single paragraph, it will not look nice, and the prospective employer may make an opinion of you that you do not know how to write a job application, or you do not have the proper communication skills, and the application which you may have written for the job gives a very bad impression of you. So the statement which is incorrect is this one, that the job application must be written in a single paragraph. Next correct option, where is the date mentioned in the job application? If you remember that after writing the name and address of the job seeker, we write the date. So after the salutation, no. after the address of the job seeker. Which of these is not a part of a job application? We write date, yes. We write signature, yes. We write salutation, dear sir oblique madam, yes. So when all these have to be the part of job application, this is none of the above, because date, signature and salutation are part of the job application. Next, job application should be in the proper format, yes. Clear, brief and to the point, yes. It should be grammatically correct, yes. So our answer is all of these. The personal details of a job seeker are written in which part of the job application? Cover letter or resume? In this course, we have discussed about cover letter. We will discuss in detail about the resume writing in our next course. In the resume, we give the full details of the job seeker. In the covering letter, we make only a brief idea about we give only a brief description about our qualification, skills or experience. The details are given in the resume. So here, this is the correct answer. Next, in the opening paragraph of the job application, we write about, tell about our status. No, we are seeking the job, we are making the request. We cannot be boastful, arrogant, overconfident. When we are applying for the job, we are unemployed. So what is the status? Ask the well-being of the recipient. He is not our relative or friend that we are inquiring about his health or well-being. So first two are wrong. Next, inform the recipient about the reason for writing the application. That this is the answer, that we write that in reference to your advertisement in that newspaper, I hereby apply for the said job. The space to be left from the top is 5 centimeter, 2.5 centimeter, 2 centimeter. The answer is space left in a letter is 5 centimeters at the top. From here, suppose this is the job application, from here we will leave 5 centimeters, and at the bottom there is also 5 centimeters, and 2.5 centimeters on this side, both sides. Now we conclude this course. We may have to write an application to seek a job. If we write a job application by using the proper tone, proper words, grammatically correct, spelling correct, then the job application has the best chance to meet its purpose. That is, we may be able to be called for interview. Job application reflects the character and communication skills of the writer. If you like our video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.